Good evening. Welcome to ITV News. This is Tuesday night's calendar.
And here are tonight's main stories.
First tonight, as the COP26 climate change conference prepares to welcome world leaders next week, Sheffield councillors have approved plans to introduce a clean air zone, which would levy a charge for certain vehicles to come into the city centre. £50 a day for the most polluting HGVs.
But it's not just lorries. Any bus, taxi, coach or van which doesn't meet the required petrol emission standards will be charged £10.
Well, Sheffield's move is part of a bid to reduce harmful pollutants which contribute to respiratory diseases, and it comes with government funding to help drivers afford cleaner vehicles. Well, John Hill is live.
You've been sharing your views on clean air zones on our Facebook page today, and I'm going to say it's a struggle to get a positive reaction to this. We've got Andrew Pilgrim first, who said haulage companies will just refuse to deliver into cities soon. The cost of trucks, insurance, fuel, wages keep going up, and now extra costs such as this. It's the haulier who gets burdened with it, as their customers don't want to pay the extra.
Julie Thewlis wonders, how is taking money off people going to help? There will still be the same amount of pollution.
And Judith Wood said it's just a money-making exercise that will drive up prices of food, petrol, etc., as logistics companies will pass it on to their customers.
And Mick McNicholas says all this means is that Sheffield Council earn revenue from the traffic. The pollution level won't drop enough to make a noticeable difference.
Well, thank you for all of those. Remember, you can still join in the conversation at facebook.com/calendar news.
Well, this evening's On Assignment programme here on ITV will be looking at steps being taken to tackle the climate crisis. Here's Raggy Omar.
Well, next tonight on Calendar, a woman has told us how she was spiked with an injection while on a night out in Hull. Humberside police say it is investigating a confirmed case of this new way of drugging someone. Adam Fowler joins us now.
Next this evening, a woman from Rotherham with a rare genetic condition is stepping up her campaign for an operation she hopes could transform her life. Laura Wareham lives with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which weakens the connective tissues in her body.
Well, the condition means her neck is unstable and the pain of supporting her head excruciating. The NHS, though, says a decision to undertake such complex surgery has to be based on whether the benefits to the patient outweigh the risks. Chris Kiddie has this story. And you can find out more about Laura's story on our website, as well as the rest of the day's news. It's all next tonight. He was banned from the road by his own admission drunk behind the wheel, but Balal Hussein still led police on a 15-minute chase through Sheffield, reaching speeds of 90 miles an hour in a 30 zone.
Yes, Hussein has now been jailed for 21 months, and South Yorkshire police have released footage of the pursuit as a warning of the consequences of reckless driving. Grace Melody Gardner reports.
Bit of news in brief now. The defence barrister for David Henderson, who's on trial accused of endangering the safety of the aircraft that had footballer Emiliano Sala on board, has said his client did not act recklessly and his involvement in the tragedy was purely a paperwork issue. A major breakthrough to help tackle antibiotic resistance has been made by scientists at the University of Sheffield.
Well, next tonight, the Chancellor of the Exchequer will outline his autumn budget tomorrow. Already we've heard about plans, we've heard most of it actually, for £7 billion to be spent to level up transport outside of London, but nothing specifically about what that will mean for Hull. One of the key areas for MPs in the city is to electrify rail links.
And well, the issue of the electrification of the rail line to Hull was something we covered in our political programme Last Orders last week, and we featured the Hull MP. Now, are you ready for the change that's coming in the early hours of Sunday morning? Are you ready, Duncan?
I'm coiled spring.
Well, extra hour in bed, some people see it as a positive, but of course those gloomy nights drawing in can just be a bit upsetting for some, but it can also trigger a form of depression known as seasonal affective disorder, and that's when it's serious.
It is. It's a condition directly linked to the onset of winter, which is thought to affect tens of thousands of people across Yorkshire and the Humber. And as Nick Smith now reports, there are new efforts to make more people aware of the symptoms.
And if any of what you've seen strikes a chord and you are struggling with mental health either this time of year...
Definitely worth a visit now. I'm sure that we've all been tempted at some point to put something out for the birds in the garden. But new research shows it could be having a negative impact on some of the species.
It's going to absolutely break my dad's heart, this. Familiar feathery visitors such as blue tits and great tits, who come and feed most often, are increasing in number. But think of the shyer types, those less likely to visit a bird feeder. Perhaps unsurprisingly, therefore, they're on the decline. Amrit Birdie has this report. Well, that will genuinely break my dad's heart. They spend a lot of time feeding the birds, and now they've got to select them.
Not the only one. Apparently, 17 million UK households enjoy feeding garden birds. Have we been round to that? Them asked them.
Well, Duncan was absolutely outraged that the pigeons were eating any of it, weren't they? Because he thinks they get enough anyway.
Honestly, me and pigeons, we just don't get on.
But clean your bird feeder and keep an eye out for the willow tits, who are the ones that need the food the most. And for those who send their weather pictures in to us, here's Helen Plint.
Thanks, Helen. I'm really impressed by your bird feeder cleaning knowledge. That's really good. It was a great chat during the weather. Fantastic. That's it from us. Next update, 10:30.
Yeah, the next national and international stories. It's throwing me now. Next with Mary Nightingale. Yeah. Clean your bird feeder.
Say goodbye,
Thanks
Katie.
for watching. Bye-bye.